I was collecting firewood in the forest when I found my little brother eating dirt. Not playing with it, he was eating it because he was so hungry. His body was trying to find nutrients any way it could. That's when I knew our class system wasn't just unfair, it was killing us. My great aunt Ngozi passed away last month at 89. Before she died, she grabbed my hand and said, "Tell them everything, even the part I never told anyone." This is that story. 1963, Eastern Nigeria, a village divided into 4 classes, each one distinct, building the hierarchy. The whites, wealthy elites in pure white clothes, they owned everything. The blues, rich traders in blue, comfortable but always wanting more. The grays, us, the poor in faded ash clothes, we worked ourselves to death on other people's land. And the rags, torn clothes, no homes, no names, the forgotten ones. Our ancestors wanted us to stay connected through marriage, to remember we were one people. We forgot. Whites only married whites. Blue, they looked down on everyone below. Grays, kept to ourselves, and everyone pretended the rags didn't even exist. The village wasn't just divided, it was rotting from the inside, and something ancient had noticed. My great aunt's name was Ngozi, 19 years old, grey class. Her father died when she was 12, working on a white man's farm. A tree fell on him. The white man paid for the funeral. That was it. Her mother's mind broke after that, started talking to dead people, forgot our own children's names. Ngozi became the adult at 12 years old. She took any work she could find, carried water, took trips for one small yam, walked farm sunrise to sunset. They paid grays half what blues got for the same work. Some days they didn't even eat at all. She'd boil water and call it soup. Her little brother Chidi would believe her. She gave him her portions, told him she'd already eaten. She got so thin you could count her ribs. When she was 17, a blue woman pulled her aside. "There's an easier way. You are pretty. Men would pay well." She thought about it for 3 days. She could feed Chidi, get medicine for her mother, but she said no and kept working herself to death. The worst day came when she was 18. She fainted on a white man's farm. No food, no water, just work. When she woke up, he called her lazy, didn't pay her. She walked 6 miles home with nothing. She'd promised Chidi she'd bring food home. When she got back, he was eating dirt, handfuls of it, desperately trying to fill his stomach. She fell to her knees and screamed. That night, she thought about walking into the forest and not coming back. She was just 19 years old and she wanted to die. Then the children started dying. They'd wake up screaming, shadows with no faces. They say, standing at the foot of their beds watching. Within days, they stopped eating, stopped speaking, and then they were gone. 5 children, 2 weeks. The village priest consulted the oracle. They were gone for 3 days. When they came back, their faces and everything, an ancient evil had awakened. Something that fed on our division, on our hatred. 7 days until it grew into something enough to kill every living person in the village. But there was one way to stop it. They needed a girl, someone rich in spirit, pure in mind, kind to everyone, who saw no difference between white and rag. And she had to marry a man with the same heart. Only their union could break what was coming. The white families immediately pushed their daughters forward. Perfect girls in spotless clothes, would never miss the meal. The priest gave one simple test: serve food to a rag beggar. They refused. "I don't touch those people." The ones who did it gagged with disgust. Not one passed. 6 days left. 5, 4. And Ngozi was just trying to keep Chidi alive. That evening, she was walking home with half a yam. Half a yam. I paid for 10 hours of work. She saw an old rag woman under a tree, dying, too weak to even beg. Ngozi stopped, stood there holding that half yam. If she gave some away, Chidi would go hungry again. But this woman was someone's mother too. She broke the yam in half, gave the old woman a piece. The old woman grabbed her hand. "The gods will remember you, daughter." Chidi cried himself to sleep, hungry that night. Ngozi held him in the dark, hating herself. She didn't know the head priest had been watching. She didn't know everything was about to change. The next morning, the head priest came to her compound. The oracle wants to test you. She laughed. Me? I am nobody. The priest says, come anyway. The whole village watched as they tested her, served food to a rag beggar. She did it like it was our brother. They brought 2 children, one white, one rag, gave her sweets to share. She gave them equal portions. A white mother screamed, she's giving that dirty child the same as my daughter. They're both children, Ngozi said. After hours of testing, the head priest raised his staff. We found her. The girl who can save us. The village erupted. She's nobody. She's poor. 3 days remained to find the man who matched our hearts. They tested every eligible man. Whites failed, too proud. Blues failed, too selfish. Even grays failed, too bitter. 2 days left, then Adekunle stepped forward, son of the richest man in the village. The family that owned half the farmland. The family that let Ngozi's father die without helping them. But she'd seen him help people when no one was watching, carry her water pots when she collapsed, gave Chidi money for food, argue with his father about treating workers fairly. They made him work in fields with grey laborers. He worked harder than most of them. They made him eat with rag beggars. He sat with them like old friends. What do you think of the class system? It's poison. It was killing us long before this curse. Test him yourself, the priest says. She walked up to him. Your family let my father die without helping us. I was 13. But yes, my family did that. I'm sorry. Why did you want to do this? Because I'm tired of living in a village where children eat dirt while I throw away food. Because I saw you give half your yam when you had nothing. I have everything and I've given so little. Teach me how to have a heart like yours. Okay, let's save our village. The wedding happened at dawn. The entire village gathered. The priests did something radical. They dressed Adekunle in rags, dressed Ngozi in white, then switched them blue, grey, rag, white, over and over. In simple brown clothes. Cloth is nothing. Class is nothing. We are all the same. Everyone whispered. In simple brown clothes. I will try to be a good husband, says Adekunle. I will try not to resent you for having an easy life, says Ngozi. Deal. That night, the evil came. A shadow rose from the forest, darker than night, the size of a mountain. People scattered, screaming. Adekunle and Ngozi stood in the village center, hand in hand, terrified but not running. The shadow reached them, towered over them, towered the ground where they stood. It screamed. It writhed. Fragments breaking off. It tried to reach them, but something pushed it back. The priest said later that their union was poison to eat, that genuine equality, genuine love destroyed what fed on division. It dissolved piece by piece until nothing remained. By morning, the children were laughing. My great aunt grabbed my hand before she died. Tell them the truth, she whispered. That old rag woman under the tree, the one Ngozi gave half a yam to. She wasn't dying of hunger, she was the oracle. She'd taken human form, walked among the village for days, watching to see who had the pure heart. Not when being tested, but when no one was watching. When giving cost them everything. She sat near dozens of people. They all walked past her. Some kicked theirs at her. One person stopped. One person gave from the little she had. 3 months before the curse, Adekunle had found a dying rag child, carried her to the healer himself, paid for treatment, made sure her family had food. Never told anyone just because it was right. The oracle had been watching them their whole lives, watching for people who were kind when it cost them nothing. We didn't just save the village from a curse, we saved it from itself. Tell them the oracle is always watching, said Ngozi. Tell them kindness when no one is looking is the only kind that matters. So I'm telling you, the curse was real. But the real magic was 2 people who chose goodness when it cost them everything. A starving girl who shared our last food. A wealthy boy who opened his eyes. The oracle is always watching. Kindness when no one is looking is the only kind that matters.